What's up, guys? This is Bobby Douglas, and this is just the second half of the Miami-Florida State game that we're looking at in order to break down Patrick Williams. In the first half, we saw him do a lot of good things in a very limited amount of minutes, so he will play a lot more in the second half, so let's get right into it. So again, here he is. Remember, it's important to note that, Patrick Williams only played 22 and a half minutes a game. He still averaged 9 points and 4 rebounds per, and so I think that's pretty impressive. He does here a good job kind of sealing off his man. Good box out there. Looks like he got fouled there, so he will be shooting free throws. Again, 85 basically percent free throw shooter, so actually a really good free throw shooter. And so that's why, despite only shooting 32% from three, I do think that he's capable of developing a shot from out there. I was lucky enough to see Patrick Williams play against Notre Dame when they came to town. I came away impressed. I thought he was, a solid player, always gave it his all. High motor, just again, with players like Williams who don't really get a lot of run in college, you're kind of banking on what they will become rather than what they are right now. He definitely has a lot of tools. It's just a matter of him just working it out and figuring it out on a larger scale of minutes. And so that's why I'm ultimately lower on him than maybe you'll see some others, just because I'm worried about just how he translates into a larger role in the NBA long term. So again, like I trust players that I see more of, and again, with Williams only averaging 22 minutes a game, not starting anything this year, it's not a knock on him, but it just, I want to see more of these players. And so that's ultimately why I have him a little bit lower than maybe some others do. But again, 23 is still solidly first round. A lot of good players drafted in that range. And I do like him as a player and a person. It's just, I just want to see him more. That time I almost got that block. So Williams is in the left corner right now. Nothing really happening there for him. See what he does here. Again, I do think because of his length, he's actually a very capable perimeter defender. We'll see right there. And again, right there, so they made the shot, but he did a pretty good job staying in front. He was a little bit far back for my liking, but again, he can use that length to alter shots when he's not that close. That time he maybe got put a little bit too far back, I would say, but and there's Vassell again. And that's just an easy steal. It's going to be a 3-on-3 for Miami. Let's see if he hits this. Ooh. Looked like Williams wanted to crash there, but shot went in. So Williams basically going 1-on-3 right there. That's a tough play. He got totally put on an island there. I don't know what happened on the strong side. Looked like a little slip that went wrong coverage-wise, but Williams was not at fault there. He had to guard. He was responsible for 3 players on that play. Looks like he got... I don't think he got called for the foul there. I think it was someone else, but he did a decent job trying to tie him up. Again, right there, it looks like he got called for a foul. Might have been on Osborne or him. I think he gets 4 fouls in this game, so he definitely does foul a lot. Right there, it's like he almost is a little bit too hesitant to move his feet, I think, on defense. It's like his feet will be planted to the ground, and then he will use his arms to reach, and that usually results in a reach and foul or, a shooting foul. So I think a thing that he could work on defensively is just being more willing to move his feet, especially when helping on drives and things like that. I would say that's an area of improvement for him. Just not being too reliant on his arms. Right there, I don't know what happened. The video cut out or something, but nothing really big time. Let's see. I don't know who's doing free throws here, but it's I don't think it's Williams. It's Vassell. So I think 44-15. So Williams is out right here, so I'll skip ahead to 52-35 when he comes back in. So I will skip ahead there. Here we go. Then he's in for about 3.5. We got an ad. Wow. Okay. He's in for about 3.5 minutes, and then he goes out again after getting his 4th foul. And then he actually comes in pretty fast after that, and he's in for pretty much the rest of the game. He goes out without a minute left. This game turns into a blowout, so Florida State gets their walk-ons in and everything. There we go. So again, Williams back in, and FSU's on offense. Quick foul. Again, I'm telling you right now, Florida State's not being ranked in the top 25 for next year. If you're going to put a futures bet on any team in that range, Florida State's the team. They have a ton of really good experienced players led by MJ Walker. They bring in Scotty Barnes. I think they're a bet worth taking, at least to get to the Final Four, because the odds will be pretty good on that too. Remember, I'm a college basketball fan first, so I know a lot of these, rosters and team makeups, things like that. So again, right now you see Williams guarding a guard, full court, picking up. Good job moving his feet, staying jumpy, staying active, staying light. And now he's on Chris Likes, who he is taller than by a foot. Yeah, I mean, Chris Likes is one of the fastest and quickest players in the ACC. You can't really expect Patrick Williams to stay in front of him. That time he got a little bit burned right there, but Likes ran into a wall. Do we have another ad? Jeez, that was fast. Skip this. I think we got a free throw here, so skip this free throw. Good job from Williams boxing out. Tough bounce on the rebound. Again, Likes can just dice through everybody. So I can't really blame Williams for losing him when guarding the ball too much. Williams going to post. That was a weird looking shot, but hasn't really touched the ball a whole lot recently in offense. He finished with 14. I think he's at 7 right now, so he's going to get a few more baskets, it looks like. I think he finished 5 of 9 from the floor this game, if I'm not mistaken, but so here we go. Let's see what he does here. That's a charge. Yeah, that's tough. Again, right there, just decision making, just playing within himself a little bit more, I think is probably something he needs to work on. But again, he's young. He's a freshman. He's not even 19 yet. Turns 19 in August. So again, that's something he'll work on, obviously. And you saw right there. Again, just lowering his shoulder. That's just a freshman move. So that's tough. And he's going to be out right here. But then, so he has 4 fouls and 7 points. And he comes back in like 3.5 minutes. So I'll just skip ahead. So that right now. But yeah, it's just a freshman move. And again, he had a lot of those turnovers and mistakes early in the season and then continuing onwards. Now, I don't know why this is taking so long to buffer today. My Wi-Fi must be really slow. Hopefully not an issue the rest of the way. I don't think he's out. He plays the last 6 minutes of this game, so. Okay, I don't have to do any big skips, I don't think. And there's another foul, and Flores hits in the bonus, so I'll skip this free throw. So again, Williams is guarding Chris Likes right now. It's funny to see those two next to each other. Looks like we got a foul here, so more free throws. I'll skip these. Williams couldn't snag that rebound, but he did tip it to a teammate, so that worked out well. So again, right now I wish they would hit him, because look at how open he is. Thank you. Hit it. Bang. So again, he was a capable catch and shoot guy. If you give him space, he'll knock it down. He definitely makes the defense pay. Just needs to be a little bit more consistent with that 3-point shot. But again, it's a pretty slow release. He has to set himself up. Doesn't really get a lot of elevation on his jump shot from the base. So that's a little bit worrisome. He's never going to be an off-the-dribble shooter. So that's not really his role. But for what he will be able to do, I think, or for what he can do, I think it still serves a purpose in the NBA. Yeah, timeout for Miami here. Here we go. So yeah, Vassell's having a good game today. And again, I think this draft is pretty. There's not a lot of top level wings in this draft, but in terms of the depth of wings in this class, I do think that's there. You look at guys at the top of my board for wings. You look at Vassell, Okoro, Sadiq Bey. Obviously guys like Precious Achua, who we've covered. Then you got like Patrick Williams. There are a lot of wings in this class that I do think project as quality NBA players. But there just isn't that top level wing prospect that everybody seems to like. Williams missed a layup right there, and now he's on Likes again. That time he totally bit on the pump fake and got beat off the dribble. And again, I don't blame him for that. But again, if you're guarding somebody, why do you need to shot? Why do you need to pump fake? Why do you bite on the pump fake when you're an entire foot taller than him? It doesn't seem really like a smart play to me. Good take by MJ Walker. I think they got called. I think Florida State's in the bonus here, so I'll skip these free throws. So Florida State's doing this press again. And I'm telling you, like, in terms of just getting guys who are 6'6" to 6'10" on their roster and just having them play really good defense, Florida State's probably the best in the country at that. In terms, again, so we talk about how in college football or in the NFL, a lot of schemes are being stolen from college football, right? Just the free-flowing offense, the air raid stuff, that's being seen a lot in the NFL now, right? And with the NBA, it's almost the opposite. So instead of having, for a really long time, the NBA was all about having really good guards, right? We saw that in college. We see that in college now, where good guards are pretty much essential to any single championship team in college basketball, right? I think we're starting to see a change now. I think wings are becoming a lot more valuable in college basketball since they are now in the NBA. So I think teams that are going to load up on wings and just load up on just trying to get guys who can shrink the floor on defense, I think that's really important. And we see Patrick Williams go up for a nice dunk right there. And Florida State and Texas Tech, those are the two teams I think that are starting to figure that trend out. And I think they're going to be really good programs down the road. So again, Williams right there kind of got turned around, and luckily there was a charge, it looked like, yeah. But again, he got turned around, he flipped his hips, and it was a little bit slow. And so he was in a foot race, can't really win those. Again, at 6'8", 225, he's not going to be like a end-to-end sprinter, but that was a pretty good dunk. He can get up. But yeah, that's kind of my take on where college basketball is going. So that's why if I'm setting future bets for what teams are going to win national championships in the next 7 years, I would say Florida State wins one, and I would say Texas Tech also wins one. Really good job right there. Good example of his second jump ability right there. He little tip, missed the tip in, and then he ultimately got his own rebound and put it back for a dunk. And again, don't discredit him playing with 4 fouls for this long. It's really tough to play with 4 fouls. We've seen a few guys that just... So right now he's going to get driven on. And again, really good job just staying in front, moving his feet, staying low. We've seen a few guys that we've covered, right? They get 4 fouls, and they're really scared to even touch their man. They don't want to get that 5th foul. Williams seems to be very confident in his ability to not pick up a 5th foul and just play disciplined defense, So I do like that about his game. And again, any player who goes to Florida State, you're going to be disciplined, That's just what Leonard Hamilton does. Again, I think he's one of the most underrated coaches in college basketball. And you look at him and what he does with all these players, and all of his players fit perfectly for the modern NBA, and we're starting to see the outcomes of that right now. We have Terrence Mann in the league, we have Kevin Gelly in the league, Jonathan Isaac, obviously, and now Devin Vassell and Patrick Williams are definitely going to be 2 more players that Leonard Hamilton sends to the NBA. So that's just something to look at, too. That's pretty good handle right there. Again, the shot. So that was one of the rare times we'll see him try to create something off the dribble. And again, it pretty much comes in garbage time. And again, you can see he does have the handle available. But the problem is that his shot takes so long to develop. And again, it's still a really slow release, and it's low to the point where I'm not really sure that will ever be a part of his game consistently. We may be able to hit some of those shots on occasion, but I don't really think that's going to be a main component of his skills in the NBA that they'll find valuable. He's got more free throws, I think. Williams right there tried to give a little bit of a contest. Ooh, he almost got that block, though. And here we go. So, okay, I thought he was going to grab it and run. I do think he does have a little bit of that potential in his game to just get the rebound and go forward. because I think he is good at finding holes. It's just a matter of him forcing it a little bit too much. But in transition, I do think he's a capable advanced passer and transition passer. So there's MJ Walker going out. He's going to lead Florida State to the Final Four next year. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. So here's Williams again. Let's see what he does here. Again, right there, he probably should have finished that. But again, I do like the willingness to drive to the basket, even though this is coming in garbage time. But again, I do think he has a pretty functional handle for his size. And he got that block right there against, I think, yeah, it's... Again, this is all garbage time, and we got a travel right here. So, and then Williams goes out. So I'll end the video here. Thank you guys for watching again. I really appreciate it. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. That really helps me out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of Patrick Williams. I thought it was a pretty well-rounded performance from him. I thought we saw a lot of his strengths in a few areas where he could improve as well. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. We will see you tomorrow for another breakdown, and make sure you guys stay well.